on an all-new Dr. Phil. The stars of X on the Beach.
We've broken up probably 20 to 30 times.
You said he's toxic, cocky, cheater, narcissist.
Did I cheat on her? Yes.
What, are you interviewing yourself?
Things are about to get real.
This is how we do it on the Dr. Phil show. You're about to get exposed.
For these reality stars.
I'm here for my relationship and nobody's letting me talk.
She'll be back. There's no way to get out over there. Today's going to be a changing day in your life. You've never had anybody working harder to bring you to the threshold of change than right now. Well, you know, these days there are lots of places to meet your significant other, right? At work, a bar, or the ever-popular dating apps. But no matter how you meet, you would most likely never expect an introduction quite like this. And I guarantee you weren't introduced to your girlfriend like this. My guests today are stars of MTV's dating show, X on the Beach. Now, this is where 10 young singles live with their exes in Malibu, California, while trying to find love. Now, Angela and Nelson say they fell for each other on the show, but unfortunately, when Angela and Nelson said bye-bye to the beach house, their relationship just wiped out. Take a look.
What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Angela, and I'm back with another video. My name is Angela, and I'm a reality TV star, best known for being Queen of the Beach on X on the Beach. I'm here to save these boys from the lame girls in this house. Don't act surprised when I snatch up your man, okay? I started dating my fellow cast member, Nelson, on season 2 of X on the Beach. He kind of just swept me off of my feet. He's back! Being on X on the Beach is like living in dog years. It was only a few days before me and Nelson started talking and getting to know each other. And before I knew it, I was in love. Everything with Nelson was amazing. It was a fairy tale. After the cameras stopped rolling for X on the Beach, Nelson and I were traveling the world together. We were living this whirlwind fairy tale romance, and I was having the time of my life. And then things went downhill drastically. I 100% feel like I'm in a toxic relationship.
I don't give a damn what I'm doing now. I'm just keeping it
What
real.
the I'm not doing this. He's so annoying. Nelson is cocky, narcissistic, and a liar. He was cheating on me when we were filming X on the Beach. I broke up with him, but of course I took him back. He just reeled me back in, made a bunch of promises, but nothing has changed. I do not trust Nelson. I do not think he's been faithful. Right now, me and Nelson are done. We are broken up. We've been breaking up like every 5 minutes. As much as he hurt me and did me wrong, I'm in love with the man. He's always on my mind. I really want to save my relationship, but if I can't save my relationship, I need to figure out how to move on and get him out of my life because I can't keep doing this anymore.
Okay. Now, he was not one of your exes.
No.
He was somebody else's ex.
He was somebody else's ex, and for a reason, I found out. And she warned me about him from the jump. She said, Angela, watch out. And I was like, no, you're jealous of my relationship. You're mad that I'm with him now. But she had warned me about all of this. Yeah. I'm stubborn. I feel like everyone deserves a chance.
Who are you talking to?
What?
I'm asking you a question, and you're talking to them.
Oh. I thought I was talking to my friends.
Yeah, well, no. I'm asking you questions, so
okay.
You talk to me.
Okay.
So, but you said you thought she was just being jealous at first, but you agree your relationship is toxic, right?
Yeah, I do agree. I think that it's extremely toxic, and I want to break out of this cycle, whether we decide to be together or not. Like, ideally, I would love to save this relationship. I would, because I want him in my life.
Why?
There was a time that he made me very, very happy.
Well, why do you want him in your... If he's toxic, why do you want him in your life?
Well, because he's made so many promises to me, and he has apologized for what he's done, but he's also kept repeating it. So A part of me is holding on to this little bit of hope that we can be okay. I mean, does that sound crazy?
A little bit. Sometimes I have a hard time hearing what people say because I'm too busy watching what they do.
Yes.
And I hear what he's saying, but what he's doing is what you say is toxic, right?
Yes.
So what's he do that's toxic?
Where do I start? I would say that I found out in January that he was cheating on me. And he, instead of coming forward and being like, yes, I cheated, I lied to you, he kept on lying about it for months and months and months.
And you confronted him about it.
And I did confront him about it
And he lied
multiple
when you
times.
confronted
And he
him.
kept on lying. But then months later, he told me the truth. So I'm like, maybe, you know, he'll tell the truth about everything. Maybe he's finally changing for me.
You know, time always exposes what you mean to somebody. You let time go by, and they'll show you what you mean to them by what they do. And how long did he lie to you?
He lied to me for 3 or 4 months.
And you just eventually beat it out of him?
Pretty much.
Just kept pecking and pecking and pecking and pecking and pecking?
Yeah.
So you've been broken up with him since July?
Yes, so I haven't seen him in almost 2 months. This will be the first time. And this is the longest time we've been broken up. Usually it's like a day or two, or a week.
How many times have you broken up?
We've broken up probably 20 to 30 times.
And how long have you known each other?
Since October. But I just throw it out there. I'm like, oh, it's done. But then like the next day we'll be back together.
So you break up like average twice a month?
Pretty much. I mean, twice a month, that's a good month for us.
Do you have trouble making up your mind?
Yes.
Who breaks up, you or him?
Me. It's always me.
It's always you.
It's always me. And I can't put the blame on him fully because it's me too. I'm part of the problem, and I admit that. He thinks that, like, oh, you're Miss Perfect, you know, you don't take responsibility for anything, but I feel like I do. I'm part of the problem as well. My communication with him is terrible, and I would like to work on that.
Well, if you've met somebody and you break up with them, you say twice a month is a good month. I've often said the best predictor of future behavior is relevant past behavior. So if you've broken up 30 times in the last 6 or 8 months, chances are you're going to break up 30 times in the next 6 or 8 months, right? Mm-hmm. Best predictor is past behavior. Why would you think it would be any different?
He just makes all these promises over and over again.
But he's made them before, right?
Yeah, but he's made little changes along the way, but not enough and not fast enough for me. Yeah. And I'm just kind of holding on to that little bit of hope that I have because I could tell that he loves me, but I just don't think that he respects me. And I don't know if he's ready for the commitments that he's made.
Do you thrive on drama?
Yes. Yeah. I'm a reality star. Like, this is what I live for. And I admit
what does that mean, by the way, reality star? What's reality and what makes you a star?
Well, I call myself a reality star because I've been on 4 shows.
Yeah.
I haven't been like those, like, you know, one-time, you know, one-hit wonders. Like, I have been on multiple shows, like, back-to-back.
Yeah, and I'm not being condescending. I'm really trying to figure out. There's nothing realistic about these reality shows, right? Reality's a misnomer.
I get that, but I always go into these shows with an open mind and an open heart. And for me, it's real. And I put all my realness on the table, and not everybody does that. I wouldn't say that it's fake, and I'm not an actress. I'm a real person. You don't want the truth to come out. This is how we do it on the Dr. Phil show. You're about to get exposed.
Wednesday.
Why are you here?
To save my daughter from that monster.
Does Mother know best?
To have a man say, Christina, come, like a dog. And she turned right around and ran. He's afraid of something, and it's me. It's me.
I'm a little afraid myself. What is your evidence that she has been brainwashed?
She thought Troy was going to be so upset.
Hey, no, do not take the bait. You can't be that dumb.
That's Wednesday. Then, on Thursday, desperate to go viral.
My daughter went and got a tattoo on her forehead. Adumi!
But how far is too far?
There's a difference between being famous and being infamous.
That's Thursday.
The fans absolutely hate Nelson, and they hate us together. So they've been warning me from the start, and I hate to admit that they are right.
Angela's fans try to create drama and try to break us up.
Somebody else has my back. I love Angela, so I hope she finds someone who won't disrespect or cheat on her.
Her fan base is crazy. They tell her, why are you with Nelson? Nelson's a player. Nelson's no good for you. Sometimes that gets to me. Look, fans, I understand you looking out for Angela. I understand you hate me, but please stay out of our relationship.
You said you can't even tell when you're not in a show, you can't tell whether what you're doing is real or if it's over the top for the camera, because what you do on the shows is so exaggerated that you don't trust what you're doing in the real world as whether that's real or it's for what you would do for the camera.
It is exaggerated, but my emotions behind it are real. When I'm angry, and it's played up for the show, but my emotions are still very real. I'm still very much in love. I'm sad, I'm hurt, I'm angry.
So you're saying it's just accelerated, it's just expanded, it's just dramatized.
Mm-hmm. And of course, I have people behind the scenes poking at me to make it worse, but those emotions are still real. Yeah.
So that's what I mean when I say reality shows are not reality, because you do have people poking at you to, like, don't just say no, call her a bitch and say no and jump over the table.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's what's not real.
But usually they don't have to tell me to do that. I just do it.
You normally just call them a bitch and jump over the table.
Basically.
Okay. Which might explain why you've broken up 30 times in the last 6 months. So you think he's a realistic candidate?
Yes, I do. I have
Because
my
I
doubts
made
about
up a
him.
resume from what you said. I made up a resume of how you describe him. And here's his resume according to you. He's toxic, cocky, bipolar, liar, cheater, narcissist, fake, untrustworthy, and scary due to out-of-control anger. Those are the descriptors. I pulled them out of everything you said. That's the resume. If you said, okay, who is Nelson? You said he's toxic, cocky, bipolar, liar, cheater, narcissist, fake, untrustworthy, and out-of-control anger.
Mm-hmm. He is all of those things.
Really?
He is.
That's the resume of who you're debating. Do I want to make my life with this person?
Well, that's why
Who the hell are you turning down?
I feel like I've been in a lot of these relationships, honestly, and this, believe it or not, isn't the worst one I've been in. I've been in much worse. And for me, it's just like, I'm 28 years old. I've always had this dream about, you know, getting married and having kids. And I thought that going on to reality TV, like, call me crazy, but just going onto these shows and finding love, like, there'd be more eyes on me, I'd have more options. And instead, it's done the complete opposite. And I keep meeting these guys that do this, but he has been the lesser of all the devils, believe it or not. I've had a guy rob me, like...
Robbed you what?
He stole my money while I was filming another show.
Somebody you were supposedly in love with?
Yeah.
He took your money?
Yeah. So he isn't the worst guy I've ever dated, but, you know, like, I don't know what else is out there.
So he hasn't stolen your money?
No.
But he stole your trust?
Yes, which hurts even more.
Yeah. What would he have to do for you to say, I'm out? Is there a line? Is there a threshold?
For me to say that I'm done?
Yeah. What would he have to do? Is there something he could do? Or is there just no line he could cross?
He's been crossing these lines, and I have been giving him more and more chances. So I can't sit here and say that there's something that would make me, like, leave. It just...
There's nothing he could, like killed your dog or something?
Oh, if he killed my dog, absolutely. Like, I wouldn't be with him if it got that far.
So there is a point at which you would say, enough's enough, too much is too much, I'm out.
There is. If he got violent towards me, if he hurt somebody in my family, anything like that. But I just feel like I've been putting up with more than I could handle, and I want to break the cycle, and that's why I'm here.
Didn't he get violent with you? Didn't he rip off your fingernail?
He did, but he didn't, like, mean to rip it off.
He did this by accident?
Yeah, he
I hate it when that happens. That was an accident.
Well, he was trying to grab my phone from me when I was calling the police, and it was when he was throwing stuff around my apartment, and I got scared, so I called the police, and when he saw that I was on the phone with them, he grabbed the phone out of my hand, and my nail went with it.
You know, when you pull out people's fingernails, they call that torture.
And it did hurt a lot for a long time.
Okay. Well, Angela says she doesn't trust Nelson and worries that she's just wasting her time trying to repair the relationship. She really wants to know, does this have a possible chance of working, or is she just wasting her time? Nelson says Angela's biggest problem is she refuses to forgive him for cheating. Well, we'll meet him next.
When I met Angela on X on the Beach, I had no intentions of leaving there falling in love with somebody. Angela tries to make me jealous all the time, and she plays mind games all the time. Once you disrespect Angela or you cross that line, she is not afraid to open that mouth. Trust me, that dragon shoots nothing but fire.
A girl sent me a few DMs with wild claims that she had been sleeping with Nelson for years. When I confronted Nelson about the cheating, he denied it.
Wait. Message in a bottle.
Let's see what's in this bottle, and hopefully love wins. Nelson, after leaving the house, Angela ended things when she received DMs from a woman who said, "I've been in a sexual relationship with Nelson until recently." Is that true?
No, I didn't cheat on her.
There's no worse pain than someone that hurts you after you've explained your pain to them. And that's what he did to me.
Well, Angela says she questions whether her relationship with Nelson was ever real or it was just something for the camera. He was playing it up because he thought she would be a good pair on the show or whatever. Nelson says the only reason their relationship isn't working is because Angela refuses to forgive him.
I'm not the villain you think I am. I'm a pretty good guy.
Maybe we could take this to the next level. Anything could happen.
When I met Angela on X on the Beach, I had no intentions of leaving there falling in love with somebody. My intentions was just to have fun, a good time, party, and just let loose. That's it, not to walk out of that house in a relationship. I really got to know Angela in that house. We're in a house for about a month, cut off from the real world. No music, no TV, nobody else, just us two. So our relationship is elevating like this. So I fell for her really hard, really fast. Now, a couple months later, I'm telling her I love her. Next thing you know, I'm moving in with her. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I know 80% of the problems that we have, it's my fault. At first, I didn't tell Angela that I had sex with another woman because I didn't know where we stood. She uses it in every argument that we get into. You're a cheater. I don't trust you. Once you disrespect Angela or you cross that line, she is not afraid to open that mouth. Trust me, that dragon shoots nothing but fire. Is Angela crazy? Yes, Angela's very crazy.
In our picture because you don't.
You know, I love crazy, though. That's my problem. I'm attracted to craziness. It's her downfall, and it's my weakness at the same time. Angela tries to make me jealous all the time, and she plays mind games all the time. Angela has broken my heart and shattered it into pieces.
Okay, you've been listening to everything so far, right?
Yes, I have.
So what do you have to say about what's been said so far?
Man, let's make something very, very clear. Do I love this woman? Yes, I do. Did I make commitments to her that I didn't follow through? Yes. Did I cheat on her? Yes.
What, are you interviewing yourself?
No, I just watched everything you just asked her, and it was just mind-blowing that I even saw that fingernail, that incident, that just took me back a few months ago. Like, wow, I thought we got past that. I thought we got past a lot of things throughout our relationship, but I see that she's still dealing with a lot, and that's why we're here.
Yeah, you said coming here was a big step because you're, like, really scared of any kind of therapy or self-reflection or...
Dr. Phil, you scared me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know if this was real or if this was fake. I didn't know. To be honest with you, I called Angela 2 days before this, asking her, why are we doing this show? Why can't we work our problems out? Why do we have to go see a doctor? Are you doing this for a publicity stunt? Are you doing this for your social media? Because I've been running from doctors since I was young. I've dealt with a lot since I was little, being in a reality TV, being in the public's eye. It's like, why can't we deal with this one-on-one?
No, you don't want the truth to come out. That's what it is. You don't want the truth to come out.
What do you mean I don't want the truth to come out?
You don't want it to come out. That's what you were scared of about coming here. You did not want this to come out. You don't want to be seen as that guy anymore because you're 30 years old, but you are that guy. How was Colorado this weekend, by the way? Because this is how we do it in Colorado. Well, this is how we do it on the Dr. Phil show. You're about to get exposed.
So...
You thought my YouTube videos were bad? You thought that they were bad? Why would you do that?
This is exactly what I'm saying. You see that hand clap, that crowd, she lives for that. She lives for that.
Yes,
she couldn't wait
for being cheated on.
She's probably practiced every line of what she's gonna say right now, and that is what show scared me, because I didn't know if she was gonna come here and be honest and real or put on the show to get views, to get followers, social media, to build her career. Because that's exactly what I thought. And 2 days before this, before I went to Colorado, I said, Angela, I love you. And you know what she texts back? I love you too.
Yeah, to get you here, to make sure you didn't back out, because you are so scared of all this stuff coming out.
So the only reason you told me you love me is because to bring me here?
And you got drunk and missed your flight.
Yes.
Because that's how important I am to him.
I drank a little too much, and I'm still here.
Did I get drunk and miss my flight to be here? No, I put our relationship first.
What did you do in Colorado?
I had a club appearance. Fans, friends, had a good time, drinking, partying, living life. That was it. That was it. I texted her as soon as I got here in LA. I'm not gonna lie to you, Dr. Phil. I called her about 20, 60, maybe times. Said, hey, can we talk
37.
before we go on to the show?
So you came here from Colorado?
Yes, sir.
And you got drunk and missed your flight?
Yes.
Because that's how important I am to him. That's how important.
What do you mean?
You knew how
I got drunk and I missed my flight.
Yeah,
that's how important.
so like you.
I had
Nelson,
a good time.
That's the problem.
I had a good time. I went out Saturday night. I drank a little too much, and I'm still here. If I didn't want to be on this show, if I didn't want to talk to you, if I didn't still love you, I wouldn't have been here.
What do you want to talk to her about? Because y'all don't usually talk. You usually scream and get animated and all of that. But, you know, I don't respond to histrionics. I'm just curious. Take television away and all the reality star stuff. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what reality. I asked her what reality star means. I mean, I think if you got to wear a name tag, you're not a star. But if you aren't on a show, if you're not in front of the camera, do you two care about each other?
Yes. Yes. Before we were on the show, we've been broken up for approximately 2 months. And we're still talking and texting and telling each other we love each other.
You haven't seen each other for 2 months, but you've been talking.
I've been trying to see her for the last 2 months, and she's told me no, no, no. A week before before she got this phone call, 2 days, we were supposed to meet up. And she says, no, I don't want to meet up with you anymore. Because I asked her, I said, hey, I need your help with something. Can you help me out? She literally goes off me, starts cussing me out, bringing up old stuff. And I'm like, are you serious? You know what, Nelson, you just want to use me, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, you don't want to see me. So she gets this phone call for Dr. Phil. Oh, now you want to see me? Because you're going on this show? That's why you're...
Because all we do is meet and talk, and it never goes anywhere. How many times have we done that? You come to my apartment, oh, we're going to talk about this. You wind up saying we get back together, then we fight, and we do it all over again.
But you get a phone call, and then you want to meet up with me.
Because we have a chance for somebody to mediate and be in the middle and hear both sides of it instead of us sitting in the apartment and fighting.
So we couldn't ask anybody else to be a mediator and say, hey, your parents, my brothers, some family friends. We had to come on Dr. Phil's show, a national television show, to expose each other. That's what you wanted to do.
Doctor, I'm sorry, I wanted the best.
Did you not hear what you just said? I'm here to expose Nelson, to see what kind of guy he is. That's what you told these people. You didn't say, hey, I'm here to, hey, save our relationship. I love him. No, you came here to expose me. For what,
well,
Angela?
After I saw the booty shaking on your story this weekend, are you really here to be with me?
What's wrong with my story,
Or
Angela?
are you still going to act 30 years old? You're 30 years old, and you're still acting like you're 21.
Angela, I can't go out and have drinks
That's
and
weird.
go out with my friends?
You act like you literally act, every time you go out,
Angela, where were you this Saturday?
Time.
Where were you this Saturday?
Where
were you last Saturday night? Where were you?
A Mexican restaurant having margaritas with my sister.
Having a good time with friends, right? I was at the hotel, calling you, blowing up your phone as you ignored me.
Yes, you were, because that's
yes,
what you do.
I was.
You blow up my phone.
But you were having drinks and margaritas with your girls, though, right? But you were having drinks and margaritas with your girls.
And how often do you go out?
Doesn't make no sense. Doesn't make no sense right there. You not understand that?
Did I get drunk and miss my flight to be here? No, I put our relationship first.
Okay, Angela, but I'm saying Saturday night you were out drinking with your friends having a good time.
Her question for us, if you're curious, her question for us, as I asked to boil down to if you got one question you want answered through all of this, her question was, is my relationship salvageable? Your question was, what's wrong with me? Why can't I be in a committed relationship? So those were the questions. She actually hasn't focused on you very much at all in all the things that she's said to us. I've got a notebook in my office about that thick. I've brought my notes over. You didn't really make the top line things a whole lot. She said you've cheated on her and lied about it for a long time, and that you have serious anger issues, and she wants to know if this is salvageable. That's what she said. Angela's sister is here. Her name's Christina. She says Nelson is a psychopath, a narcissist, pathological lying cheater who has brainwashed her sister. Well, we'll add her to the conversation when we get back.
Nelson is a womanizer because he knows exactly what to say to get exactly what he wants. He knows I don't like him. I look back at those episodes and I'm like, you're fake. You're fake. You're just doing it for camera.
Angela is a big star on social media. Angela gets paid to exploit her drama on YouTube channels and Instagram.
I was loyal before I even was wifey. He's the first to admit that he made a huge mistake and, you know, he did put me through hell for a while.
Our relationship has to be blasted on social media and make this big ordeal. Now, I've always told her, yo, what are you gonna do, make a YouTube video about me? Why do you wanna exploit our problems? In my head, I'm thinking, okay, is this a joke to you?
Well, Angela's sister, Christina, says she hates Nelson and is praying that the two of them never get back together. Here's what she had to say.
My sister's relationship with Nelson is like a never-ending roller coaster. They are constantly fighting. I've seen Nelson and my sister on X on the beach being so romantic towards each other.
Wow.
I got us some champagne and strawberries and chocolate.
I look back at those episodes and I'm like, you're fake. You're fake. You're just doing it for camera. Nelson is so into himself. He loves attention. And he thinks my sister is his sugar mama.
He's like, I'll get my free flight and you get everything else. And then it's even, and it's not even.
My sister pays for vacations. He hasn't spent $1 on her. Someone who cheats on you doesn't love you. Nelson is definitely not faithful. Everyone sends her the videos and pictures of him with these other girls at the bars and clubs that he goes to. In the videos, there would be a girl dancing on him, then he's like right behind her, grabbing her, kissing her. And then when my sister questions it, he's like, oh, that's just a friend. Nelson is a womanizer because he knows exactly what to say to get exactly what he wants. He knows I don't like him.
You can't even be honest right now? That's a lie. Have I ever asked you for anything?
He shows my sister love
what else have I asked you for? She just said you're my sugar mama.
He does not love you, Angela.
That's on her. Take it up with her.
Who's speaking for who?
Okay, look, stop.
If Angela goes...
Well, okay, stop the histrionics. You're on the wrong show. If you want to do that, save it. Do it some other time. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You think this isn't a healthy relationship?
Definitely unhealthy. Like, I'm tired. I feel like I'm in the relationship seeing this all the time and hearing about it all the time.
And when they're together, I don't hear from my sister, and that's when I know they're together. And it'll be like a week or two, I would say tops a week. And then my sister calls me, they're fighting again. He's out partying just like he does every single night. And I'm at my sister's apartment with her while she has fans messaging her pictures and videos of him all up on other girls. And then I have to deal with my sister having a panic and anxiety attack. And I'm like grabbing water for her, she's shaking. And I'm always the one that has to pick up the pieces and try to help her through this relationship that's never gonna work.
It's clearly never gonna work. He's saying that he can't be in a committed relationship. What's wrong with me? Has nothing to do with me.
This is blowing my mind. This is blowing my mind. First of all, what I just saw is the biggest lie ever.
Which was?
This old sugar mama asking her for stuff. She can't even admit that. I never asked you for not one thing. Not one thing. That was a joke. That was an act. That was a whole act. Both of you know it. Do you?
That didn't come out of my mouth. That's how she feels.
Wait, stop.
Okay.
You ask a question. Here's how communication works. Usually somebody asks a question, then they pause for an answer. And what you do is ask a question, and then you get up on a soapbox and start preaching. What you have to do is ask a question, then pause and get an answer. And what you're asking is, do you admit that what was said on the tape, that you bleed her for money, that she's like a sugar mama to you, is a false statement, that you've never asked her for that? You want an answer to that, right? You want an acknowledgement. Well, then zip it and let her respond. Force an answer with a pregnant pause.
Oh, that question was for me or her? Who are you talking to?
For you. Was that true?
That you
Everything
used me
that
for
your
money?
sister just said on TV, was that true?
You stayed with me. I didn't charge you rent. I paid for food. I paid for every time we go out. Yeah.
So you paid for every time we went out, every drink, everything?
90%.
Angela, your first Broadway show, who took you there?
I paid for what?
Angela, just answer the question, please. Yes or no?
And I paid for the restaurant, too.
Okay, that's fine.
You have paid for certain things, that's fine. That hasn't bothered me. The problem in our relationship is not the money. If that's how she feels, and that's how she feels, take it up with her.
That's why I want.
Take it up with her. I would have spent whatever on you. Money is not a thing for me, okay? It's fine. It's fine.
And I said that. I've said that, Angela.
Fine.
I've said she had no problem. I moved to New Jersey for you, knowing
So that's she just said that's not an issue for her.
Okay.
Take yes for an answer.
Yes.
You can't keep it in your pants. You want us to keep our relationship private, but you can't even keep your privates private.
Look, this is what I'm talking about, yo.
No, that's how it is.
Do you not see her?
That's how it is.
All right, no reason to yell. I'm right here.
That's not the issue. I don't want to waste time talking about money. It's not
I'm gonna
about
let y'all
money.
talk. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's between you two. And so if you feel like she's being exploited and doesn't recognize it, then that's something you should counsel with her about. But if you feel that's not an issue here, that's not something that you feel you're being used about or whatever, then it's not an issue. And you say that's not an issue. You're much more interested in whether or not he is being faithful and treating you with dignity and respect, or whether he's using you and then going off and betraying you and then coming back and playing you for a fool.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly the problem.
And he went off while you were still on the show, and he did get involved with somebody else. And he came back and said, well, I didn't know if we had a real relationship or if this was just on the show, right?
Yeah, because he didn't know where things were going. So let's just start off, make sure we start off on the wrong foot. Let's just start out that way then. Yeah. Because you can't keep it in your pants. You want us to keep our relationship private, but you can't even keep your privates private.
Look, this is what I'm talking about, yo.
No, that's how it is.
Do you not see her?
That's how it is.
All right, no reason to yell. I'm right here.
There's no reason to yell.
Look, these one-liners, stop. Please
the
stop.
one-liners? That's how I feel, Nelson.
You love when the crowd laughs. You love when they clap.
You never validate my feelings.
This is what you're known
never
for.
do.
Okay,
you blame it on me. You cheated. That's
Angela
it.
says Nelson has horrible anger issues.
Nelson has serious anger management issues. He tends to get violent. He's grabbed my wrist. He has broken my TV. He's broken my shoe rack. He just loves to throw things.
I do have anger problems. I let my anger get the best of me.
One time we were in the city with some friends, and he got very, very angry. Yelled at me the entire way to the car.
I know I'm wrong, but I'm so angry at this moment. I'm just finding any little thing.
That's when I really got scared because he just wasn't calming down. And that's when I knew I had to call the police because I was afraid he might put his hands on me. As soon as the operator picked up, and then Nelson walked into the room and he grabbed the phone from me. He ripped my nail off of my finger, and there was blood everywhere. And then the cops came in, and he was told that if he came back to my apartment that night that he would get arrested. The next morning, I opened the door and Nelson is there with all of his stuff. He just comes into my apartment like nothing happened.
Not even 24 hours later, I was back in bed with her, holding her.
This is one thing I want to make very, very clear. I've never, ever put my hands on a woman, ever. But, Angela, have you slapped me?
When you're grabbing my wrist and I'm trying to get you off? Yes, absolutely. I'm going to put my hands on you. You tried to restrain me, Nelson.
Angela, that wasn't even the night. That was another one. You hit me multiple times.
When you're grabbing me and I'm telling you to get off,
I was grabbing you?
Of course.
There's not a screaming contest. It's not a screaming contest, Angela. Angela, you got upset and angry with me when I told you about a girl texting me in DM and didn't even touch you or nothing, but you slapped me a couple times. I said,
how were you in my face then?
Angela,
did I just run up
yes, you ran up on me,
across the room and slapped you?
Angela, yes,
or were you grabbing me, not letting me get away from the situation? I tried to walk away. I tried to walk away every single time.
Every time I would see my sister, there would be a new mark on her.
Angela, stop this. Stop this. Are you serious?
That's not true. That's
exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Stop lying.
Yeah, no.
Why are you trying to
from the finger incident?
No.
What? She's just gonna throw her finger on
Let me make something very clear right now. This young lady right here, her sister begs for to be back on TV. Begs for it. Looks up to, wants to be her sister so bad.
What are you talking about?
What you're doing right
What are you talking about? You're the one who wants attention from her.
What?
Are you kidding me? You're all up on social media 24/7.
Your sister doesn't.
Yeah.
Your sister doesn't agree with you at all.
What are you talking about?
I'm not a sugar mama.
You're talking about yourself. You're talking about yourself.
Oh my God, I'm here to figure out how.
This is an act
I'm here
right
to figure
here.
out
This
how.
Talking about yourself.
Stop it.
This is an act.
Stop. I'm here to try. I'm here for my relationship, and nobody's letting me talk. This isn't about you guys. I'm so.
She'll be back. There's no way to get out over there. We're out of time for today, but stay tuned tomorrow when Angela finally finds her way back to the stage after dramatically storming off.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil, she stormed off the stage.
She'll be back. There's no way to get out.
Now, can this reality star...
Have you told her everything?
Yes, she knows I've told her everything.
No, I don't. Don't speak for me.
handle a dose of reality?
Let's play the tape.
Have you been faithful to Angela? No. Does she know that?
No.
Did you cheat on me? Yes or no?
That's tomorrow.
So can Angela and Nelson possibly save their roller coaster relationship? Plus, I'm going to give Nelson the opportunity to come completely clean. Were there any other women Nelson cheated with besides the one he's admitted to? Plus, you're going to find out what happened backstage after the show that left producers, well, stunned. All of that and more tomorrow. I want to thank all of my guests today. Thanks for watching. So long.